Get the fuck out! It's cool, man. I'm shitting on kids. Holy shit. I'm the best.
My fucking duo, bro.
It's cool.
If I died there, I would have been furious.
At 5 o'clock, or I guess in 3 hours, basically 3 hours and 30 minutes. Dude.
Declan! I'm not Declan. Dean. I'm not Declan.
Bro,
Dean.
what are you doing,
Yes.
man?
Did you get the points? Did you get the points?
No, I don't know. I'm still in a game.
How many points?
I lost like 20 points. I lost 20 points.
How many points do you
So
have at the
possibly-
moment?
1,300.
Oh.
Bro, why is he playing so sweaty, bro?
It's taking so long to gain points.
Mm.
Because no one's here, like literally. That's why, like, there's no one. I landed at Lazy and there's absolutely no one here.
Alright, I'm gonna head off and start the tournament.
Where do you think I should land?
That's up to you. I'm gonna head off and start the tournament, okay?
Where do you usually land?
Like lazy. Okay, bye bro. Good luck.
Okay.
Alright guys, we're just restarting game to get that cash cup. Get cashy.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to talk about how you can take your gameplay to the next level, specifically in competitive Fortnite. In the past, I've covered numerous topics like this, such as how to perform better in cash cups, how to practice like a pro player, and how to improve your game sense. What I haven't covered is the fundamental knowledge every pro player has regarding competitive that most of you do not. These are things like Storm Surge, the different ways to deal with it, competitive terminology, basically anything that pro players utilize or are aware of on a daily basis that the average arena player is not. My hope is that by teaching you guys about these things, you can start placing higher in events like the FNCS and become pro players yourselves. So with that being said, let's get right on into it. To start off, I'll cover one of the more advanced subjects I just mentioned, Storm Surge. For those of you that don't watch too many tournaments, Storm Surge is a mechanic in Fortnite that helps thin out the number of players alive. It was initially added back in April of 2019 as a way to encourage more aggressive gameplay and to help stabilize the in-game servers. The reason you've probably never seen it in your own games is that it only gets activated in stacked lobbies like those in the later rounds of the FNCS. Be aware though, that does not mean Storm Surge is only a feature in those competitive tournaments. tournaments. Storm Surge is actually a thing in every game mode, including normal public matches. It's just very rare for it to come into play outside of scrims and grand finals. The way it works more specifically is that Storm Surge will kick in if there are more than 70 people left alive for the 3rd zone, more than 50 people left alive for the 5th zone, and more than 30 people left alive for the 7th, as well as any zone after that. You'll actually see a notification for Storm Surge pop up called the Storm Surge Warning, the zone before it gets activated. It'll tell you how much damage you are above or below the threshold, as well as remind you to do more damage. Then when the storm fully closes in and there are still too many people left alive, you'll see a different notification telling you Storm Surge has been activated. For example, say there's 82 people left alive as you're rotating to the 2nd circle on the map. Because the storm has not started to close in yet, which you can tell from the green clock timer, there will not be a Storm Surge warning. The warning will only come up once the storm starts moving in, signified by the pink storm timer, and then the active notification will only come up once that storm fully closes in and the 3rd circle pops up. Anyone below the threshold at that point will be dealt 25 damage until they either get above the minimum damage requirement or until enough people die where it gets turned off. That damage, by the way, will be applied to their shield first, not directly to their health like the actual storm. Now, the most difficult thing about dealing with Storm Surge is trying to get above it early on. The number the threshold is derived from is the damage done from the last person above the maximum number of players alive at that point. So not only will you not know what the requirement will be, as it's different every game and constantly changing, but you also won't know how much damage you've done prior to that unless you keep track of it. My biggest tips for dealing with Storm Surge are to plan ahead and not to panic. Most top tier pros like Bugga and Mr. Savage have set routes they take each game to look for Storm Surge. That could mean rotating over to a nearby POI, building on top of a big mountain, or in the case of Creo and Bucky, trading tags with the team that landed with you. That's a joke, by the way, you will get banned. Seriously though, you need to be aware of exactly the way Storm Surge works. Notice in this clip how Colazo is below the damage threshold, yet he's not freaking out or jumping into boxes like a maniac. Well, it's because he knows only one person has to die for Storm Surge to not get activated. Had he gone full psychopath trying to get one tag, he likely would have.
What's up guys, my name is Mongrel and in this guide I'm going to teach you how to play just like me. So if
died or ruined his game by wasting all his mats and shield. So again, make sure you plan a route before the game starts to get tags, are cognizant of how many people need to get eliminated, and to watch analysts like BallaTW and Speedy Gonzalez who have in-depth videos and VOD reviews on this topic. Moving on, the next term I want to explain more in depth is the dead side. If you've ever watched pros play in scrims or hear their comms in tournaments, this is a word you've probably heard a lot. What it refers to is the empty or the least populated part of the circle. For those of you that have heard people say the congested side of zone, dead side is the opposite. And as a rule of thumb, you always want to avoid the congested side. The dead side will have way less people in it, meaning you'll be less likely to get griefed or to get server focused, and it's generally way easier to rotate through. The first thing you need to do though is to identify the congested side as well as the dead side of zone. For mid and early game circles, aka anything before the moving ones, dead side depends on where the zone goes. Like in this case, the first zone pulls towards the southeast quarter of the map, meaning the dead side of the circle is the bottom right part of it. Everyone who landed in that area has already rotated towards the center of the map, and that leaves most of it open. On the other hand, the congested side is the whole top and left side because that's where everyone is rotating in from. Another example is the third zone of this match that goes straight south. The dead side here is the bottom side since it's farthest away from the center of the map, and the congested side is the top half. This is one of the more extreme cases where the dead side is literally wide open and the congested side is insanely packed, but that's why you want to do your best to avoid the congested side at all costs. As for the dead side of moving zones, luckily for you guys, it is much easier to figure out. Moving zones are the ones after the fifth circle that are completely in the storm. The reason why they're so much easier to identify than the prior zones is that moving zones are extremely tiny. Everyone in the game is going to be rotating into the same little circles and stopping as soon as they get into them. That means the front half of the circle that's closest to the area in zone will be the congested side, and the half behind that will be the dead side. You see how this zone is completely in the storm? That means it's a moving zone. Therefore, because it's a moving zone, the front end closest to everyone will be the congested side, and the half behind it right here will be the dead side. The thing about moving zones though is reaching the dead side is extremely hard. Not only is it inside the storm, but it's also behind the front end of zone where everyone else will be holding you. That's why what many pros do is they'll use their launch pad for the first moving, but rather than staying inside the congested side, side, they'll go into storm, box up in the dead side, and pop floppers until the safe zone reaches them. This allows them to safely reach the dead side without having to rotate it on foot or worry about 20 people right in front of them. So even though it may be a little riskier sometimes, always do your best to identify and rotate to the dead side of circle. Next up is one of my favorite competitive terms called white lining. White lining refers to following the white line on your map to get into zone. Pretty simple, right? Well, not exactly. The problem with white lining rotates is it leads you to the congested side of zone. Just think about it. Even though it's constantly moving, the original white line on your map is the shortest route to the edge of circle. That means if you're rotating south like in the example we saw before, you're gonna end up following an identical white line as everyone else on the northern part of the map. Additionally, by the time you get into zone, everyone rotating with you will be there and you will not have a good time. Something I picked up from NRG Zate is to use the edge of the map to avoid white lining rotations. I believe Zate was in his 6th or 7th game of the FNCS Solo Invitational, and as you can see, he takes a boat behind Sweaty to rotate. Usually because he lands at Sweaty Sands, he'll just rotate on foot through the center of the map. For this specific zone, however, he knows white lining will lead him to the congested side where everyone else from the Shark, the Lighthouse, and Pleasant Park will be. Thus, he takes the boat all the way down past Holly Hedges to the dead side and gets into circle hassle-free. So the takeaway here is to always think about your rotations. Are you gonna white line it to get in quick and establish a position closer to the center of zone? Are you gonna stay near the edge of zone to get to the dead side? Or are you gonna do a combination of them both? These are things you have to ask yourself every single game in order to take your gameplay to the next level. Second to last term I want to discuss is second height. No, that's not a play on words. The expression is second height or second high, and what it refers to is the lair and endgame scrims below high ground. In the past, I've always told you guys to not play second height. You'll get focused by the team on high ground, and you'll be forced to waste all your mats protecting your head. As you can see from RBK Arab's gameplay though, second height is also the best position to take high ground. If the high ground team is not properly focusing you, you'll have a great opportunity to win the match. All you need to do is get ahead of zone, apply pressure back on them yourself, and go up for height at the right time. So I know this one was one of the shorter ones, mainly since it's pretty self-explanatory. I just want you guys to know you don't always have to drop down from second height, because a lot of the time it can actually be more advantageous than you think. The final term, which is more of a reminder, is the half and half zone. This is the community's name for the 5th circle.
Yes, me and Jaden popped off so hard that game. That game, I got 10 kills and we got the dub. Now I have 1,560 points.
So can you play it?
Yes, I have 1,500.
Okay, don't leave.
But how do you
can we play?
Just go into like an arena server.
No. Wait, don't do my instructions yet. Okay? When you go to, do you have 2FA?
Yes, I do.
When you go to your arena menu, you can now scroll down, and then it'll say Platform Solo Cash Cup. Click accept, and we'll do it.
What do you mean I can scroll down?
Okay, I'll show you on my stream just now, but can we just play one arena match?
Yes.
Yeah, just to warm up. I'll show you on my stream just now.
I need to make you party leader.
Oh yeah. You like this?
Yo, that game I got a 200 points a game. What's it called? I had 1,280 points.
I have 2 likes on my stream.
And then that game is so good. At the end, we were fighting this rocket launcher that I got came in handy so hard. Rocket launcher is actually so good in this.
I either go like lazy or I go rig. Probably go rig. Yeah. Can you hear me, Dean?
Yes.
Do you like Recon
Yo, that game I
Expert?
popped
It's such a
so
dumb
hard.
skin.
I got 10 kills.
Recon Expert
and
is
we
such a
won.
dumb skin.
Why?
Cause like it's not OG and there's nothing really for
It's
it.
not OG anymore.
But
But I still like the skin.
I don't really see anything special in it. Like Mongrel uses it. Is that why you use it?
Mongrel uses what's it called? That other sweaty skin. What's it
No,
called?
he's using Recon Expert now. Nowadays.
What's it called? Also, Benji Fishy uses that other girl skin. That other. What's it called? I forgot the name of it.
Dynamo.
No, that other girl skin. It's like you in the item shop. It's like a girl that has like a whole like suit on and like white hair. Yo, I just
I have that skin as well.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Why are you on such a high level? Now I'm losing 40 points every game.
Don't complain, Joe. I lose this every...
It's fine, I'll get another 10 kill up and then I'll get 1,000 points. I'll get 200 points again.
Yeah, I like to see you do that. I like to see you do that with the ease you just said it in. I like to see you that happen.
Oh, now we're playing on like against players who have 5,000 points instead of 5,000.
Now I've lost a lot of points. I'm only on 3,495, but I'm in Division 7. Yo, my game.
How did you lose so many points?
Bad game.
Hey, Sab, I don't think we can make it there.
Okay, go Slappy, go Slappy.
No.
Okay, I have a good...
Actually, I think I might make it there.
Nah, Dean, I can't make it there now, because you said you can't make it. I can't make it there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Slappy is a good place because you get so much shield. Like that game when I played with Jaden, we actually popped off so hard. Jaden got 2-3 kills and I got 10 kills.
Nice.
When you play with Declan, how many points does he have?
Declan's in the same division as me. He has like 4,000 points.
I have what's it called, a gold score. I'm in a purple score. I got a purple score. Nah, basically a full shield.
Okay. Did other people land there?
I didn't see anyone. I saw people go to the rig. So when they probably come to Slurpee to chill in the Slurpee, you can grief them.
I just got a random slug fish, by the way.
How did you just fish?
Yeah, I just fished and I somehow got the slug fish. I don't know what that luck is.
Yo, my loot is already chilling, literally. I have a green tack, a purple scar, a harpoon gun, and
oh, can I have that
60
harpoon
coins.
gun, please? I'm actually good with them.
So I'm fishing with it, then when I'm done fishing, I'll give it to
Okay,
you.
then you're gonna have like 500. There's gonna be like 2 shots in there. If you're gonna fish with it, it's fine.
Okay, I have 3 floppers. Honestly, I want to just get placements.
If you wanna actually try to play good in the cash cup, you can't go for placements only. You have to actually go for kills.
That game I carried Jaden so hard. He died about 5 times and I just killed all those kids because I had a rocket launcher.
Bro, I need an automatic AR, really. Jeez.
I've got a scar. There's nothing better than that. Except the sky scar, but the scar is good. Yo, I have no mats. I need to start harvesting these trees.
What do you like more, tackle pump?
In arena, tack, but in normal games, pump.
I take pump every day, baby.
People just got rebooted. That's easy kills. I saw that blue line.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I have a blue pump.
W key them.
Like,
I have a green tag.
oh, they got rebooted at rig. Bro, I can't find anything but a bus. Dean, don't push yet. I'm trying to get an automatic
I'm
AR.
not, I'm just fishing.
Oh, boy, I can't get an automatic AR, little bro. I can't get an automatic AR, bro. I'm gonna call you little bro because you're like small, you know. Hope that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Here's the harpoon gun, it has 2 ammo, that's good.
I found one with 10. I'm chilled. I'm chilling.
Okay, so they're probably at the vault.
Yeah.
Let's just help me come and push. Why are you just chilling there?
Bro, I'm trying, but I'm trying to get an automatic AR. Like, I'm shit with this.
You don't need an AR.
Okay then.
If we kill them, we can get an AR.
Okay.
They have that for plan. Probably at the vault, we can wait outside the vault and retrieve them.
Yeah, I'm coming over to you with a bullet. I just want to
I
get.
thought that was them. Just about to say there's a boat.
I could use a normal AR, that's why I'm trying to use my gun because I have a pump.
Gladius says that he tried your graphics, your like graphic settings on Fortnite, and he said that they're so bad.
They're not. I have my FPS. I have my FPS on 140 because if I have my FPS higher while I have 3 apps open, it just lags for me. Because I have 3 apps open. So
What apps do you have?
I have my streaming app, I have my Google, and then I have obviously my Fortnite. It has to be a normal AR.
Yeah.
They're
They're in vault.
Oh, they're not.
But there's a kid there.
It's 1 for 29. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yusuf, come here.
Shh. I'm trying to concentrate. Yeah.
Yusuf, out here. Yusuf, on me.
Yeah.
Hit him for 20.
Where's he?
Hit that kid for 20. He's like down here somewhere. He jumped down here when I hit him.
Be careful.
He's 1 HP, 1 HP.
His mate's spamming ulti, please.
I cracked him and hit him for so much. I just got knocked by his RPG, honestly.
You wanna run more?
Yeah, I don't know how I got knocked.
You wanna do one
I don't
more
know how I got knocked by his RPG because I was on 125.
You wanna do one more
HP.
game?
Yeah, but just can you show me how to?
Yo guys, what's up? It's Evan.
Yeah, I'll
Welcome back.
show you.
Competition.
Go to my stream.
I want to do
My
one
stream
more
is
game,
a
but
bit
like,
delayed, but I'll show you.
okay,
Okay, I'm
go
gonna
to
do
YouTube.
it.
Okay, I'll be
I'm
back
gonna
now.
do it. So Dean, this is how you do it. You open up your menu.
Dude, I'm not on YouTube yet. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, my stream. Okay, tell me when you are because my
I'm just
stream is
gonna go.
delayed.
I'll tell
That's
you.
why I'm.
Okay, I'm about to go on YouTube.
Tell me.
Just do it in like 2 minutes. Tell it in like 2 minutes. Okay, I'll be back now.
Okay, Dean, this is what you do. Do this. Do that. You open up your menu. Go, you'll see this. When you leave it, my party, click on that. Boom. You're playing the tournament.
Back to another video here on the channel. So today, basically, every time I died in Fortnite, I jumped into my pool and got wet.
I wanna play with the fishy army, cause I like to be with the fishy army. Galad put the 1, 2, 3, fishy army. Do that. You open up your menu. Go, you'll see this. When you leave it my party, click on that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Dean, I'll do it one more time. See, just do this.
Back to another video here on the channel. So today, basically, every time I died in Fortnite, I jumped into my pool and got wet.
I wanna play with the fishy.
Take it up. Okay, I see it. Okay, where?
Okay, just...
Thanks.
No! Declan, we're doing... I'm not Declan. We're doing one more match, right?
Yeah.
How's the schoolwork been for you?
It's good. So we better... No, wait, actually, I can't do one more match. I can't. So I cannot do one more match because the bus fare is 40 and I only have 1,520.
It's fine. Dean, listen to me. Dean, listen to me.
Plasying Cash Cup, do you lose points if you die?
What? Can you first let me speak?
Yes.
Even if you lose 40 points this match, it doesn't kick you out of contenders. So you can still play it. And during the Platform Cash Cup, no, you don't lose points every match. So we can play one more match because it won't. It won't.
Bye.
Literally can't. Shit.
Yo guys, Code Life here. So I've just opened up Fortnite this morning, guys, and I've noticed that the Psycho bundle is back in the item shop. If you didn't know, guys, this skin used to be a Borderlands exclusive. I think it was for like Borderlands 3 or something. You would buy the game and then you'd get this skin for free. However, as
Quick, like and subscribe if you want good luck for the next 5 years.
You want? I waited him dead all night. Dead. Nice,
Let's
Daisy,
go!
You're so
Go!
good.
17 kill! We're so good! Oh, they just died. He's in my friend list. 21 left. He died at 21 left.
Okay.
He died at 24 left. I'm not
So
kidding.
what does that
I'm
mean?
not kidding.
Wait, they got
Yes!
26 points?
They got 26 points!
No way.
Let's go!
Jesus, playing the tournament. Deck is nice. This is in my list. The fucking tournament. I'll go rusty. Oh my god. You think I don't have a fucking shield?
No! Do you want free V-Buck giveaways? Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And we'll continue to give out redemption codes just like this.
The dude was like his.
Look at them.
I
know.
Already. What if like the strat is to stay in the air and like just?
I thought that too.
I didn't watch. I should have looked at agency. I would be down to clean up agency this game if you want.
Alright.
Agency.
Okay. I only got one big for shields.
Okay.
Maybe I... Oh, found minis. That's very clutch actually.
Yeah, they're fighting on the roof right now.
Okay.
Get that bridge chest and you can swim down. Okay?
Okay, you want... Alright.
Going on the roof.
Alright, running over now, or swimming over.
Might be the play I have to make, honestly. It might be the play I have to make. This around. reload. There's a city, bro. You have a problem.
Yusuf, how many points did you get in your first round?
I only got one, bro. I only got one, bro.
Yo, same. I got 15 because I got 3 kids. I came top 25.
I'm top 25 right now. I'm top 25 right now. I got 6 points.
I just died to some kid.
Why did you join? Why did you join?
No, I just wanted to see. Some kid has 150 points.
Yeah, they've been playing from the beginning. They've been playing from the beginning. But I mean,
and why don't you play from
it's not a surprise. They're pro players.
Why aren't we allowed to play from
We are. I just like getting the both of you. Just more points. I actually don't expect qualifying. It's quite hard. to get to second.
How much points do you need to qualify?
The amount of points that the top 100 players have.
It's like 100.
Yep. This kid stands still.
Yeah.
This kid stands still. So where? All those kids. He has an AK, so he can come and control it. If that kid's asking. What the frick? What is that? I don't think.
About 20 seconds away.
I don't really want to play this, bro. That's aimbot. That is low-key.
Probably.
Yes. Yo guys, what is up? Yo guys,
Where's my man?
Guess what, bro? Because you have a fan, you got the skin that I like.
Nice, bro.
I don't have any skin that I like in the item shop because I can't get it.
Can we do me, Tejo, and someone else versus the rest of you guys?
No!
Okay.
No, what's you and Box PvP now? Box fights. We're not doing
He's
that.
not one. He just wants to do something like team something.
I just asked you guys. You never have to go like off like that.
Yeah, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. I don't really care, bro.
To be honest,
I
you
don't